Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from Chewy's Mexican Restaurant in Texas.
And Ewoks.
Not really. We're from R&A Music, and it's Ask R&A time. Yeah. Let's do this. First question. Big Pooch. I recently got D'Addario Varigrip hand exerciser. I would recommend it to anyone who wants to build their fretting hand endurance and build their calluses. Great for if you're just watching TV or chained to a desk. Ugh. Sounds kind of brutal there, man. I don't know. Any other exercises that are good for practicing when you're not by a guitar? Well, you know, honestly, I mean, there's some little exercises I give students where we just do thumb to finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, you know, little things like that. But it's kind of the same thing you do with a little Vari grip.
I don't know if I could do that.
You're not left-handed. I'm not either.
I know.
Right? But honestly, if I'm away from the guitar and you want some exercises, I think a good way to spend your time would be to work on like some theory things, like a knowledge of your fretboard, you know, naming off the notes in your scales, you know, the notes of a G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, you know, things like that. So theoretical concepts, you know, thinking about the intervals in certain major minor chords, major 7 chords, stuff like that. So a lot of music theory things, concepts, that's a good thing to kind of mull over in your mind, I guess, and visualize if you don't have a guitar handy. I think that's a good way to spend your time. Because honestly, I think that's where most people kind of miss a lot of that stuff. I mean, the physical part is one thing, and I think that the physical practice is best done with the actual instrument itself.
Yeah.
But like mental concepts, you know, that's a good way to exercise when you have some downtime. I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. Next question. Mike Barker, Ryan, so you'd buy a PRS if you had the money. Which one? Custom 22 or Custom 24? Single cut. That's what. Neither one of those. I'd get a single cut because that's what I like. I've got a bunch of single cut guitars and I like those. But I do have a Custom 24 30th anniversary SE model.
Yeah.
And I really like it. It's got the trim, which I like because I don't have any guitars with trims. What were you doing?
I had some itchy on the foot.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Something biting you?
No, just itchies.
I can't bite hard. Dang dentist. So I do like the Custom 24 SE that I have. I don't have very many guitars with 24 frets, so it's nice to have something different. But probably single cut. Like I have a Whale Blue S2 single cut. I would like that guitar, but you know, the swanky core model, Dragon or something. So. Next question. Blackjack, awesome gifts you picked for each other. My question is, Ryan, if Schecter said that they would gonna make, or, well, I can't read. If Schecter said they were going to give you a free custom built guitar, how would you spec it out? Wood, neck, through, or bolt-on, pickups, radius, frets, tuners, bridge, controls, the whole 9 yards. Colors. Great question, Blackjack. And honestly, probably the best way for me to answer that is to just tell all of you guys to wait about a week. Because I actually have a custom spec guitar coming to R&A Music. Now, it's not from Schecter, but if it were, it would probably be spec'd similarly. Similarly. So hopefully by next Friday's Ask R&A, you'll maybe see a little video or announcement, or maybe we'll even see the guitar by next Friday. I don't know. But great question. I would like to have a custom Schecter though, because their USA custom shop stuff is legit. It's off the Chisane, as they say, like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question, Blackjack. Stay tuned for next week. You're gonna love it, I think. Well, I do.
Yeah.
But you will too.
I'm excited too.
JMite824. If you could own any guitar from any artist, whose guitar would it be and why?
Mine would be Kermit's banjo. Like the banjo Rainbow Connection banjo. The actual one, not a replica.
The actual one
the
from
one
the movie.
From the movie that he had his hands on, that Jim Henson touched. Yeah. That's what I would.
Yeah? Not like a Prince guitar? His are kind of crazy.
Or either that or the gun case guitar combination from Desperado.
Oh.
That
He's
ain't
not a
Antonio
real
Banderas.
artist. Those are movie guitars.
So?
Those are movie guitars.
He
That's
didn't
right.
specify?
That's true. Mine's pretty easy, actually. It would probably be a Dimebag Darrell signature Washburn. He had one called the Southern Cross, which was a very plain kind of top, like flame maple natural top, no crazy colors, but had a little kind of gothic cross inlay on it, kind of a Black Sabbath Tony Iommi tribute thing. And I thought that was just probably his coolest signature guitar that I really liked from Washburn.
Yeah.
And I really do like the Washburn dimes. So
Yeah.
that would be the one.
Yeah.
They made a few copies of it. Boogie Street Guitars made a few Korean import versions of that. They couldn't say dime on it.
Yeah.
But it was the exact same guitar in a
Yeah.
Korean custom. I wish I would have got one. That's the one. So
Yeah.
that's number one. Other than that, probably one of James Hetfield's guitars, just because those two guys were probably two of my biggest guitar heroes.
But would it be like their guitar, like a spin-off of their guitar, or their actual guitar? Because if you could have own any guitar from an artist, any artist.
Well, yeah, it would be dimes.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Like something he played on.
Yes.
Like, at the very first concert you ever saw him at, or even James's guitar that you, the first.
Yeah, just those two guys were, as a young
Or
player.
Jim, like I call him on a, Jim's guitar.
Kermie's guitar. Kermie's banjo. Those are just two of my biggest influences when I was a kid and starting to play guitar and learning. So, and then of course, Dime is no longer with us, so it kind of makes it even more
sentimental.
Significant. That
There's Jim Henson.
But Kermie's still with us.
Yeah, but Jim isn't.
Jim's not. That's true. So there you go, man. Thanks for the question. Next question. Blaine Ludeman. 3 questions. 1. Why is 75 Les Paul Custom your dream guitar? Well, because I was born in 1975. That's why. So I always thought it'd be cool to have a guitar from the year I was born. And, lots of stuff from the 70s is kind of lame. Cars, but as far as an American-made guitar from the 70s, the Les Paul Custom is really kind of the one, I know Zach has some 70s Les Paul Customs that he did. James Hetfield's got some 70s Les Paul Customs that he's customized. And that's really the only reason, other than it's my year I was born.
Right.
At the tail end of 75.
Right.
I mean, but it's still 75.
Yeah.
So that's the why.
The one.
And all the Fenders from the 70s. I'm not a Fender guy anyway, so, let's see.
Yep.
Oh, next question. What aspects of your guitar playing would you say you need or currently working on? Picking technique, sweeping, legato, speed, dexterity, for all those widdly stuff, etc. Well, who's your phone?
It's yours.
Probably lead stuff, because I'm not really particularly a lead guitar guy. I spent many years as a youngster thinking, you're either one or the other. You're either James or you're Kirk or you're other, Slash or you're Gilby Clarke or Izzy. Of course there were guys like Clapton and, Hendrix and Dime who were like, you did both, but those were like freaks of nature. Van Halen, So those guys were super special.
Right.
But then you had just the lead guy. And so I always thought I was just a rhythm guy. And so I never really worked very hard at learning the leady stuff.
Leady.
Did a lot of rhythm stuff as a kid. But it wasn't until after college that I realized, man, I've spent so many hours learning to play the marimba and the bassoon and, a bunch of crapola that I didn't really care about.
I'll say crapola. They might be bassoon players.
Nothing wrong. If you love bassoon, play it. It's great. But I was not emotionally invested in the marimba.
Right.
Or the vibes or the xylophone. I kind of hated playing them, actually. It made me a better musician, but I thought, what, if I can learn all my scales and arpeggios on these instruments, I can freaking learn it on guitar. So it wasn't until after college that I thought, what, I really can learn this stuff. Now, I'm not a great lead guitar player. There's still a lot of things I'm working on. I'm not good at sweep picking. I wish I was. I wish I could do the Jeff Loomis kind of stuff, but there's only so many hours in a day to practice and have a job. But definitely lead stuff. I would love to sweep pick, but I don't know where to actually use it that often. So just various lead techniques, picking and all that stuff. Some of it I can do. I can do legato okay. I'm not super fast picking. I obviously can legato faster than I can pick. But that's a lot of guys too, so.
Right.
Lead stuff. Then also, let's see. Whoa, his other question was, money's no object. Y'all can still come home to Canton to visit friends and family. Where in the world would you like to live and why? Multiple places optional. Where would you want to live?
Well, I don't know necessarily. The first place that would come in mind is Denver, since I really enjoyed it. I love the mountains, and it's urban enough, and there's so many things to do because I like being busy. I don't like sitting around too much, so I love any place that I can be entertained, but with the mountains. Yeah. So that narrows down especially Americana.
So in America, probably Denver, Colorado.
Denver, yeah.
I'll agree
or a
with
suburb of, because I do like land and I like to be outside.
A few miles, 10 miles outside of Denver.
Yeah, so without, people and cars in the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
So there probably somewhere where there's no tornadoes.
Yeah.
Or earthquakes.
Yeah. So no California.
Yeah, no West Coast.
Or Argentina.
Yeah. Or any down that line.
That fault line.
That
Nothing
whole
along
entire
a fault
line.
Yeah.
All the way through Central to South America. No. Maybe Rio. Because they have a lot of parades and I love the look of it, and they have mountains. And so,
that's true.
But it's beach and mountains. They have both. So that's pretty cool.
Hawaii.
I don't like the idea of, I know.
Yeah, beach and
I don't
mountains.
like the idea of like a small island.
In the middle of a huge ocean with tsunamis.
Yeah,
and
after Lost, I'm like,
living on a volcano.
I don't think I couldn't live on an island. I could not do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's sharks.
Visit,
surrounding
definitely. But knowing that I'm going to go home and this isn't my permanent abode, I don't think I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Denver, Colorado. In America, it's got to be Denver or Colorado. I've always grown up thanking.
I think a lot.
I think if I moved anywhere else, I always thought if I lived anywhere other than Texas, it would be Colorado because it's just freaking beautiful there. It's just amazing. The landscape is
everywhere, even Colorado
breathtaking.
Springs.
Yeah, Colorado Springs. Yeah. Nice. But funnily enough, we've only lived in one other state, and that's Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Which is not where I wanted to live, but yeah, it was for the time
Tulsa.
we were there. Tulsa was great.
I could totally retire to Tulsa.
Yeah,
I could.
Actually, Tulsa was really great. We did enjoy it.
Because it's, just 5 hours north of here, or,
Even though Oklahoma was not high on my list, we did end up living there, and I did like Tulsa. But it's got to be Colorado, and then outside of America, it's got to be like Sweden, Norway, the land of my people. Switzerland, maybe, because the friggin' mountains in Switzerland are
and chocolate
off the Chisane.
And cuckoo clocks.
They got chocolate.
And watches.
They got watches. They got
Army
Hufschmied
knives.
guitars. Hufschmied.
Yeah.
But Colorado or somewhere Nordic.
Yeah.
Thanks for the questions. Darth Stamnes. I don't know how to say it. I've been creeping CMG's site lately every time I see that blue one in your vids. What's the price range on those?
You mean that one?
Well, that's a Heritage over there. So that's a Heritage guitar.
Heritage.
These are CMGs.
Heritage. Schecter.
CMG.
Heritage.
CMG.
Yeah, CMG.
You just said Heritage.
I did.
CMG.
Sorry.
CMG.
Sorry, last two are Ashley's.
So the CMGs range from starting at $799 for their base model, and then going up to probably around $2,000 if you got a super duper custom one with a lot of custom options.
Yeah, like I like
Maybe.
the Bubba Blue.
The Bubba Blue stripey. Yeah. But the CMGs start at $799. Made in Georgia, made in America. Beautiful guitars. We're really happy with them. The Heritage, which is like this blue one over here, the Heritage guitars, not that one, but in their range, they basically start at about $1,900 for like a Les Paul Jr.
But
style.
not that one.
But not that one. That one's about $2,800. So I'm not sure which one you're asking about because that is the Heritage. But the Heritage guitars are made in the old Gibson factory, Kalamazoo, Michigan, made on the same machines, same templates, same everything as they made all the 50s, 60s, and 70s and early 80s Gibsons. So same machines, a lot of the same workers are still there. Well, some of the same workers, because they're older now. But,
But really cool.
But yeah, they're very cool. So
pretty cool.
CMG starts at about 800 and goes up to whatever you want custom-wise.
Yeah.
And then Heritage starts at around 1900 and then goes up, because they'll do custom work too, so they can go as high as you want. So. Okay, answers your question. Well, there's some pizza I just cooked. We'll have that in a minute. And next, another Darth question. Darth Bane. There's a lot of Darths
It's a lot of Siths.
in this questions here. Darth Bane said, how is your least favorite, who? Oh, it says how, but I think it's who. Who is your least favorite Star Wars character in the books?
Books.
Great question. Now, I haven't read the books in quite a long time.
I have not at all.
She hasn't read any of the books. I read quite a few of the ones that were kind of occurred after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
The Timothy Zahn, movies.
Jean.
Movies. I can't even say the words. I can't even talk today.
It's okay.
Novels.
Yeah.
There's a V in novels, like movies. But I haven't read any of the ones that have come out probably in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure on the books. I can't really remember anyone particularly that I liked or didn't like. Actually, the last one I read. The last one I read was, I forgot the name of it. But it's the story of Palpatine and his master and how he became a Sith and how he beat Darth Plagueis.
Yeah.
I like that book. Kind of made me like Palpatine a little bit. He's kind of obviously a brilliant guy. But I can't really think of anyone in the books that I just didn't really was like, I hate that guy.
Well, for him to fool the whole entire Jedi Order.
Yeah. Now in the movies, I can give you a couple of names. Probably Kylo Ren, hate that guy, and J.J. Abrams, hate that guy. I'm kind of mad at George Lucas too.
Yeah.
So all three of those, not happy with.
Yeah.
And then of course Jar Jar Binks, but everybody hates Jar Jar, so it's very cliche.
Except for children.
But children love him.
Yes.
But I'm not a child.
I didn't care for the Ewoks.
What?
I didn't. I really didn't. I thought that whole thing, because it was just like they were there. It wasn't like you were introduced to them. You know, you saw them like Jawas. You saw them running around. And you're like, what's that? Oh, it's an Ewok. And you kind of had this storyline. It was just like all of a sudden there were Ewoks. And we had this, we're sad because they're dying. And then it's like, what happened to all the stormtroopers that got wounded? And they're playing songs on their helmets. And
they hate them.
They're cannibals. They're carnivores. I don't. Yeah.
I mean, they were going to eat Luke.
I mean, they were cute because they reminded me of.
They were like the Jawas.
Manchichis. They were like these little furry monkey-looking things that they had their thumbs out and you could make them suck their thumbs. And I always thought that they were, as a kid, I always thought that they were Manchichis. So I would call, for the longest time, I was like the Star Wars Manchichis because they're. YouTube it.
I thought they were
it's
just
an 80s toy.
Like
but
mini Wookiees. That's
No. I would rather them stumble across
that would have been way
a
cooler.
jungle of Wookiees who are warriors, which make more sense than a whole, tree field.
But it was cutesies. You got to appeal to the kids. It was the kids.
So was Jar Jar.
Yeah. Well,
Jar Jar was the Ewoks of this next.
Ewoks are way better than Jar Jar.
Yeah.
So. Thanks for the question, man. Next question. Duh Peanut Gallery. Have you been to the Buc-ee's in Terrell? For those less fortunate folks who don't live in Texas, can you enlighten them about Buc-ee's? Buc-ee's is the bucking biggest gas station there is in the world.
It is.
It's like, they've got like 60 pumps. I don't know. They got like
probably like 30.
There's probably 20. But there's a lot of pumps there.
Yeah.
And the actual gas station part you go in, it's like the size of a Walmart.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like a gas station.
Yeah, because they have like a center where they actually cook and chop up barbecue, and they have this thing around it. It's like all these barbecue sandwiches, and then they have an order station, like touch screen pay order station, and then you go like their own fast food restaurant,
own little fast food things in there
inside there, and then like half of it is just souvenirs, all
shop,
Texas,
t-shirts,
Buc-ee, Texas,
Arctic coolers.
They'll have they have all the coolers,
CB radios.
Like knives and shirts and cookware, chopping boards, like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
all kinds of souvenirs.
And then the other half is snacks, and they have their own snacks. They have their own Buc-ee cups. They have their own Buc-ee shirts. They have just tons of stuff. Riding a lawnmower just passed on the road. There's tons of stuff. It's almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
And their prices are ridiculous. So
yeah, the prices are kind of
don't
expensive.
go there for like lunch. I mean,
Yeah,
if
don't
you're
go
on
in there and buy.
vacation
Don't
or,
go in there and buy Coca-Cola because it's
no,
you know, it's
and even
too
like their
expensive, but-
just one like chopped beef or pulled pork sandwich is like $8, $8 or $9 or something. It's really ridiculous. It's really really good. It's just ridiculous. I don't. Yeah, give me a Wendy's drive-through anytime. Last question.
We had a customer,
Yeah.
so we had to stop.
It's okay.
Yeah, we don't mind.
We don't
Come
mind
on
at all.
in, as many customers as want to come in. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was Bucky's. Got a big, huge, massive bronze beaver statue out front. It's pretty funny. We actually have some vlog videos. I think when we went to the Magnolia and Waco and some of our other travel vlogs. If you go
Anytime
back
we
and
go.
check those out.
Down south, we stop there.
There's some videos of us going into a Bucky's, so check those out. I'll put a link in the description here if I can find one of a video of us at Bucky's. But anyways,
Why not?
thanks for the question, man. Manly 1979. What are your thoughts on the Tom Scholz Rockman line? Are they worth the price people asked for today? Currently have a Digitech RP 500 through the effects loop of a Marshall phone. Crap phone calls. We get those all the time. They're not even people. It's just machines calling us. Skynet is calling us.
Ooh, don't say
I
that.
hate it when Skynet calls.
God, scary.
Which seems to do as much or more as the Rockman line, but it's something that about the tone of those demos I hear online is very appealing to me. Do you have any personal experience with those? I really don't. I've never played any of the Tom Scholz Rockman stuff. I've heard about it, of course, but I've never personally played with it that much. It's really hard to say, you know, because there's so much stuff nowadays digital with the like 11 rack and the Kemper profiling amps and all that kind of stuff. There's all this digital stuff out there that sounds really good. I mean, better than it ever has. So, you know, depending on what one of those things costs, who knows, you know. My advice would be if you ever get your chance to go put your hands on one and play it in person, you know, video is kind of funny with like YouTube. It's always kind of, you know, if you're watching a demo on YouTube, it's never going to sound on video like it sounds in real life because YouTube compresses the audio quite a bit, even if it's mic'd up and all that kind of stuff. But then the other side of that is you get a lot of demos, like Ike has told us about this problems with the pedal demos because they record it. Well, then they go into recording software and they mix it and they master it and they tweak it and they do all these things to it. Makes this pedal sound awesome. Then you go play one in the store and it's like, that doesn't sound anything like that video.
Right.
Yeah, because it has been mixed and mastered and tweaked. So
It's just you.
yeah. So I mean, I think videos are a good reference point, but you know, anytime you can get in front of it in person, that's the only way to make
gotta
a
do it.
real hard decision, I think. So
Yep.
if anybody watching this has experience with the Rockman stuff, why don't you just leave a comment below and tell us what you think about it and if it compares or if it's worth it compared to newer digital stuff. So
Right.
yeah, that's it. Final question.
There you go.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a
Yes,
question
thank
or
you.
comment for next week, leave it below. He scratched me so bad. I'm bleeding.
No, you're not.
Okay, I just thought I was. Yeah, leave a comment below. We love reading the comments and,
We
of
do.
course, the questions. We'll try to answer your questions next week. Thank you guys so much. Keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
You need the music.
And we need the music.
We do.
Chewy needs some tacos.
Yes, because Mama's hungry.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.